Good. So welcome everybody again. Another panel. You get to hear me talk fast, even faster than it was before. So we're talking about the updates on CfPA as an organization. As we mentioned earlier, we are going to be merging with CIFRA, our sister organization at Foundation. The whole process has been one of kind of keeping a watchdog on SEC and FINRA, making sure that the intent of the Jobs Act was reflected. Now that that work's done, we're moving into more of a membership-facing mode, where we're going to be looking for more people, and more people not just in membership, people looking to research the space, but more importantly, people to offer their expert guidance and experience to those that need to learn more. So we're going to talk a little bit about education and training with my good friend Kevin Provost, with my good friend Claiborne Booker, and with my good friend Brian Christie. But first, before we get into that, if it's all right with the two gentlemen to my left, we're going to have Brian introduce his company Brainsy.com, which is one of the upgrades to the CfPA experience that I think is most promising. So take it away.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm live, you can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So Scott, thanks. We're really pleased to be partnered with CfPA. This is an area where there's a lot of interest by entrepreneurs and others, and so we think it's a perfect fit for the platform we offer. I'm going to spend just 1 minute to give you a little bit of background on Brainsy, and then I'll go into an actual demo of the platform that's been launched, so, that we announced today. So just to give you a little context on where we see ourselves fitting in the world, Brainsy sees this evolution of the economy where we've gone from an ag economy to what's today many people say is a knowledge-based economy. And so this evolution's happened, we're all a part of it, but at the same time, we find that there's a lot of friction in accessing knowledge products and expertise. So you can go online, and many of you do it all the time, and click a button and have a physical product on your doorstep the very next day. But when you're trying to get someone's expertise or knowledge, often there's a lot of friction before you can get there. So we've created a platform that we call Knowledge Sharing Networks, and the idea here is to make expertise accessible. So you can request a call and have direct access to a person. You can have a Q&A exchange online. There's lots of different ways, lots of different tools you have to share and exchange knowledge. And so the idea I talked about where we see ourselves fitting in the world, we see ourselves as really advanced social media using these online knowledge exchanges, and we see ourselves as networks of subject matter experts. And we're really trying to promote three things. One is community, because we think that's very important. Two, promotion of both the organization and the individuals within it, so they get to promote themselves. And finally, there's this component of monetization, where people can get paid for their expertise. And so that's really what we're looking to achieve. With that, let me switch over and give you a look at the platform, which we announced today. This is the crowdfunding expert community, which is powered by CfPA and its membership. And so what you see here, and I'm going to go through just features very quickly, and I know it's the end of the night, and Scott's speaking quickly, so I'll speak quickly as well. But what you see here is a number of experts, very handsome crowd here, who are who've built their profiles on the CfPA site. And here I'll look at, say, for example, an example of Alon, and it's very similar to what you see in other social media profiles, maybe a LinkedIn profile or something of that nature. Here you have Alon. He's tagged himself with his areas of expertise. Here's some videos he's put in of himself. There's some background on some of his other accomplishments that he's been able to be known for. And this is an opportunity for people who are seeking expertise to really see this person and whether or not they're someone they want to try and tap the knowledge of. And so, and so you'll see that each of these individuals has a chance to build their profiles. They can link it to their existing social media profiles that they may have, whether it's on LinkedIn or Twitter or something else. So there's this integration and complementarity with existing systems that are out there. You'll see at the top of the screen there's categories, which CfPA has designated as important categories. And so there's a taxonomy of knowledge that's really expressed through the association. So whether you're looking at big data, blockchain, economic sustainability, all these different topics are ones where there's professed knowledge within the organization. So when people are coming seeking that knowledge, whether they're doing an online search or they're on the website and they're looking at, they can drill down very quickly to get to the right people who have that particular base of knowledge. There's some other features that are very important. There's a knowledge board, which is a publishing tool for the experts, so they can come, and I'll show you one on a different ECN, since today we launched this particular Echo. It's not, you're not going to see a lot of examples yet, but on another platform you'll see here's an example of what a knowledge board posting looks like by someone who's written on a particular topic. It's just an opportunity for long-form posting of content. You don't have to run your own blog. You basically can post your content, your expertise, and showcase your knowledge here within the association. So there's a knowledge board which all the experts can post to. There's a Q&A function, so very similar to what you see on Quora or these others. You can answer a question that someone posts to you in writing, and as someone submits a question to you, if you answer it, the question and answer are then posted live on the site. The nice thing about that is that it also gets fed through the Twitter feed of CfPA. So a summary of that is out to the broader universe, and it gets into a feed here as well. So there's this integration and ability to integrate with other platforms, so that this knowledge, once it's exchanged here within, it gets amplified elsewhere.
And I can add to that point that this is one of the things that was most crucial to me as a nonprofit leader. We have limited human resources. When I say that we're a board of directors that does all the work, I mean sincerely. There are very few people doing all the work. So anything that can offset manual, duplicative work is so precious to us. And when I met Brian, it was just an epiphany. And I'm very excited about it. And I highly recommend anybody that runs an organization that has limited means to really consider a platform like this, because it is going to be a godsend for us. So
okay,
continue.
Good, sure. So there's a couple more features I'll show you just so that you're all aware of what they can do. There's a group functionality. So if you want to have private groups, you have committees that want to talk about things, you can set those up in a particular group, or you can have an external group functionality where people are exchanging knowledge for the broader community, people who may be new to crowdfunding. This is obviously an area where there's growing interest. There's a wealth of knowledge. There's a way to archive some of those discussions. So someone who's new coming in wants to just look at an archive of discussion that's taken place. This is a great place for them to find that. And then there's a feed, which you're familiar with. Everyone uses Facebook or LinkedIn or some of these other tools, where the feed is really a place to go and to see what's happening in the community. So this we can actually stream live. You can see we can click and show you that we can see ourselves. We might want to get one of those infinity screens going here in terms of how it works. I'll pause it so we don't happens. But you can stream activity that's taking place for other events. People can be commenting through Twitter. You can post all sorts of things. If people have answered the Q&A, you'll see that those summaries get posted here. If someone's published something to the knowledge board, that shows up here in the feed. So the feed's a good way for people to understand what's happening there in the community. And there's lots of other features. You can put a button or badge from your profile if you're an expert on LinkedIn, so someone can see that when they go to LinkedIn. They can click on that and then end up on your profile. And a ton of other features which we don't have time to go into. But just want to give everyone the lay of the land and overview, be available to answer questions later of what the sort of capabilities are of the platform. Again, it's a feature-rich knowledge exchange that will allow members and non-members to really to communicate, to interact, gives people a chance to promote themselves, the organization a chance to promote themselves. And then I'd be remiss not to mention that there are sponsorship opportunities. So for companies that want to be out in front on these particular issues, you can sponsor some of the various categories. And by doing that, every time someone's there looking to see an exchange or to learn information, your brand can be front and center, so they want to click through. So this offers an opportunity for some of the sponsoring organizations to really extend beyond a conference time and for 365 days a year to get some visibility with people who are looking for knowledge and expertise in this particular area. So with that, I don't know if you want me to take any Q&A or just...
I think we should probably save that for
moving
after.
Okay, so I'll be available later. So again, we're really pleased to be working with CfPA. Thank you, Scott, for inviting us in.
Thank you, Brian.
And talk to you later. Okay. Thank you.
Great. So I hope you can see a little bit of the enthusiasm that I've been disseminating over the last few months, having been able to work with Brian intimately in crafting how the CfPA can make the most use of the many tools that are included in his platform.